As a child, I was picked on more than most. I grew up in a house far from other children and learned to find comfort in my own company. As I grew older, name-calling evolved into physical violence. Thick glass bottles busted over my head, drop-kicked off the top step of a city bus, tied to a fence, drenched in shit, slammed against cars, sucker punch, mind-fucked, beat up in front of girls I once liked. America, these were your sons. This was your educational system. Years after, those same sons turned into men of ignorance, so one cannot tell me this was just kids being kids. What do you think makes a child walk into a school and envision pools of blood with the thick aroma of gun smoke? What do you think makes a child learn to tie a noose and endlessly stare at that swinging rope? What makes a child fall into the wrong crowd? A crowd made of those such as himself that begin looking for others weaker than him, weaker than them, continuing the same cycle, finding solstice and hates, building armies out of throwaways. It seems in most cases, most won't listen to it's too late. And brother, I'm here to tell you it's never too late. Today's change can change into tomorrow's strengths. What's thought to be the end can bend and break into a new day. Many days later, once enemies, now friends, reminiscing, talking in past tense, both realizing both were victims just on different sides of the fence, opposing sides of the ring, fighting another man's fight, one of an empty king, watching from the podium of a coliseum, haunted by his own demons. For this to end, we need to see where it all begins, and many men will never admit. They will bury all evidence, suppress all remembrance, and start all the same shit all over again. We can't tell the truth to friends. We can't tell the truth to the ones we love. We can't tell the truth without hurting the ones we love. We can't understand what it is to love without having the courage to open up to, speak up to, break up with this lifelong relationship with distrust. Without an unconditional self-love, we can only fuck but can't love. Where the fuck is love? Only judgment, only neediness, only with hidden intent. Money buys momentary happiness. No fairy tale, no happy end. Why was I perceived so differently? Why was it hard for anyone to believe in me? Believe me, I tried. Believe me, I sacrificed time after time. Believe me when I say I came bare to those in disguise. My innocence went, my youth faded in time, my truth to their lie. Sometimes it seems I side with the so-called enemy. I can only answer by stating I can sympathize fully, knowing what it is to be a victim of lies, vilified, demonized, victimized, despised within this land of unity. Those supposed to be besides me made me their enemy for a long time. I'm still more civilized to those who made me who I am. When shit hits the fan, don't act so surprised. I am merely a vessel. I am no author. Pens begin to move like rats to flutes of a piper. The sick way we create enemies out of strangers just because we are told, we are sold misbetrayals of those backed in corners trying to protect their own. We justify our ignorance through another man's words, another man's voice, sounds from phones, songs off radios, television programs, you streaming, mind-altering virus, addicts binging, sinking into worlds of make-believe resembling our own, characters and events based on actual events, although the names and stories have changed in order to fit to the narratives and agendas of those that pay our leaders. Our views, our morals sold to the highest bidder. Our truth determined by the highest bidder. Unfocused, off balance, placed in center of their politics. Land grabs, power grabs, and genocide. Their greed beholds no ethics. When one of us speak against this, there are many and many and many names for us. Liberal, deplorable, Marxists, communists, separatists, supremacists, activists. Not hard to imprison the minds of simple men, to lessen the value of the lives of civilians. The few brave men slew by bad decisions of madmen to keep us safe, but who keeps us safe from them? to keep children safe from bullying, only to grow into one bullying weaker men, struggling nations, hordes of people of innocence, other people, the expense of other people's convenience. How can one be comfortable with this world we see now, like the world we once created for those we never knew, from places we never were, unable to understand the plight to those that risk the life trying to get here by any means necessary? Many take offense to the word privilege, feel privileged in doing so. These United States, as divided as they come, we must become a more humble nation, but in order to do so, we need to learn how to define the very word humble. Live your dream and hope it may one day be the next contagion. New years, new fears, new world. The ball drops. The bomb drops. Time stops.